Welcome to Cinemophile, where we bring you the best in independent, documentary, and foreign films, and we talk to the people who made them. I'm your host, Mike Caspar, and you can find out more about the program by going to cinemaphilepod.com. Nothing is as it seems when filmmaker Emily Wyland, played by Brittany O'Grady, teams up with cinematographer Danny to shoot an intimate documentary about reuniting with Emily's estranged mother after being a decade apart. There's a lot to talk about. I'm going to leave it right there. That's a good jumping off point because we're fortunate to have with us the director of In Our Blood, Pedro Kos. Pedro, welcome back to the program.
Thank you so much, Mike. So great to be here.
Yeah, thank you. Thoroughly enjoyed this on so many different levels of the look of the film, the kind of raw technical aspect of the film, this great idea of shooting. Basically, the film is shot by someone else, quote unquote. Those in quotes. I did see this in another film many years ago. I'm trying to show off here, but there was a really well done film called King Kelly that came out many years ago, and the actors shot each one of their scenes in unison. So it has this feel, just for people who know, this is just a great way to pull us into the story because it becomes very personal right away when you see it from the perspective that we see this film from. I know this was the screenplay was written by Mallory Westfall. Do I have that correct?
Yes, yes, yes.
How did this all come together? How did the project of In Our Blood come together?
Well, it came together. I mean, it started many years ago. Aaron Cogan and Stephen Klein, who are the two producers and sort of came up with the concept. They collaborated early on with Clay, another documentary filmmaker, Clay Tweel, and the screenwriter Mallory Westfall, who wrote a first draft and a subsequent draft. And Aaron, who's a dear friend, producer, and also my manager, sent me the screenplay. This is definitely over 10 years ago, but 2011, 2012, I think. And I read it and I was first of all, I devoured the screenplay. It was just a brilliantly written by Mallory, and she's such a talent and a genius. And I was thrilled, but I was also scared by the prospect of I was frightened. I was like I told Aaron, I don't know if I'm the person for this. I don't know if I can do this story justice. And at that time I was very grounded in the documentary world. I've always dreamed of doing a narrative film, but he was like, no, this is exactly why you're the right person to do this. I dove in with Aaron, Stephen, and Mallory, and kind of began really to helping craft the script. And I think for me, one of the things that really kind of sparked for me was the idea to continue exploration. A lot of the same things, and it's a continuation of my documentary work in many
Yeah.
ways. Kind of shining a light on a humanity and human stories that we're not seeing. It is looking at the world from the other side of the line, and it's from an outsider. Me being an immigrant, and from my background and life experience, and I've always connected with an outsider experience. So that was really important, and I was so inspired, and that kind of became our North Star, our guiding light in crafting the screenplay, in really breathing the real humanity into all the characters, especially Danny and Emily, making them real people. And I think I approached this both not only as a fiction film, but as a documentary. And I went to Las Cruces, I met people, researched, and I wanted to feel as grounded as possible, to breathe that intimacy, to breathe into the film that intimacy, that humanity. And I do even use real interviews, like the folks at the encampment, Camp Hope, are real people and they are answering the questions that you are hearing on camera. And so it is that humanity that we're so often ignoring and that we're putting to the side, and is something that I wanted to put front and center. And I think that was and the whole team embraced that, and we were so lucky.
I'll use the word brilliant. I think the way that you were able to incorporate just what you described, the people that's a subtext of this film is the people who are vulnerable. You're likely to be preyed upon if you don't have either the resources or the acumen, because it just feels like we've become a more and more predatory society
Yeah.
for those people who have less than others. And that's a subtext to this film, which I thought was brilliant. Again, the use of this kind of documentary style, which really works so effectively. And I love the way you introduced it. I talked a little bit about it in the introduction, but I just think it works so well in this film. And as a result, you're really not sure what's around the corner in this film.
Hmm.
Given all the twists and turns that we see over the course of the film, yes, but also just what is coming over the horizon. And I think you keep us off balance in that regard for the entire film.
No, that's great to hear, and I think one of the things that for me, which was so thrilling, is to make the decisions was really asking how was Danny B seeing this through his eyes, kind of inhabiting his character, and then the editorial choices is kind of inhabiting Emily and kind of all the layers that she was trying to communicate and her arc and her journey, I
Yeah.
think, and I it was just such a joy to collaborate with EJ and Brittany on crafting and seeing them breathe real life into these characters and introduce and that was even throughout post. I mean, I was always kind of trying to be try to be with each of them and as we were making editorial decisions too. So that was a really exciting.
In the same way that Rebel Hearts was such an empathetic telling of history of these nuns, this is the same thing. And again, the humanity throughout. I really want to underscore. I don't think we've talked a lot about the actual story, but it is about a young woman trying to reconnect with her mother through a series of very difficult situations throughout their lives, trying to reconnect, and that pulls us in. There's just so much here to celebrate. But I just want to say that the acting is superb. This is a great cast. Brittany O'Grady, EJ Bonilla, Alana Ubach, and also Krisha Fairchild, who we know from other great work, is a great cast, by the way. I know we
Yeah.
just have a minute, so I just want to let you please respond.
I mean, I keep pinching myself with this cast because they were every single one of them from Brittany to EJ to Krisha to Alana to Bianca to Stephen Klein. They came with just open hearts and like I wanted immersion and they all were not only game for that, they were hungry for it, and they gave so much to one another, and it was so beautiful to watch it unfold. That beautiful, and have we, EJ and Brittany, we spent a week, more than a week together prior to filming and getting to know one another, getting to know the place, and really they kind of got it what we were all trying to do. I think they were on board. So I still keep pinching myself. I would love to keep working with them,
They
collaborating
were
with them.
great.
They were so
It's just a
wonderful.
great cast all
Yeah.
the way through. Big part, small part. Everybody is so good. You had a great executive producing team. By the way, Duncan Jones was surprised to see his name.
Hmm.
I had him on for Moon. I think I want more Duncan Jones in my life. I don't know what he's doing,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
this is just top to bottom. You've really assembled a wonderful team of people around you for this film. So
Mhm.
my congratulations on all these different levels of success.
Well, thank you so much. It means the world coming from you, and it's what a treat
Yeah, thank you,
to
man.
chat again. And yeah,
Yes. So
yes.
I just want to let people know that In Our Blood, it is out, I believe this on the October 24th, it's coming out. Seek it out. It's such a good film and it will keep you on the edge of your seat and you will truly until the very end. It will keep you on the edge of your seat and you will be rewarded for your patience no matter. So thank you. Thank you so much, very
Thank
much,
you, Mike.
Pedro Kos, for your work here on In Our Blood and come back anytime.
Well, it would be a joy and a pleasure. Thank you
All
so
right.
much. Thank
I
you.
You have been listening to Cinemaphile with Mike Kaspar, the place where you will hear from the best in independent documentary and foreign filmmakers. Please check out our previous interviews as well as upcoming interviews and special programming by going to cinemaphilepod.com. We are also available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube, searchable under Cinemaphile with Mike Kaspar. Until next time, thank you for listening.